The great sage, who was fully equipped in knowledge, could see through his transcendental vision the deterioration of everything material due to the influence of the age. He could also see the faithless people in general would be reduced in duration of life and would be impatient due to lack of goodness. Thus he contemplated for the welfare of men in all statuses and orders of life. Purport: the unmanifested forces of time are so powerful that they reduce all matter to oblivion in due course. In Kali Yuga, the last millennium of a round of 4 millenniums, the power of all material objects deteriorates by the influence of time. In this age, the duration of the material body of people in general is much reduced, and so is the memory. The action of matter has also not so much incentive. The land does not produce food grains in the same proportions as it did in other ages. The cow does not give as much milk as it used to give formerly. The production of vegetables and fruits is less than before. As such, all living beings, both men and animals, do not have sumptuous, nourishing food. Due to want of so many necessities of life, naturally the duration of life is reduced. The memory is short, intelligence is meager, mutual dealings are full of hypocrisy, and so on. The great sage Vyasadeva could see this by his transcendental vision. As an astrologer can see the future fate of a man, or an astronomer can foretell solar and lunar eclipses, those liberated souls who can see through the scriptures can foretell the future of all mankind. They can see this due to their sharp vision of spiritual attainment. And all such transcendentalists who are naturally devotees of the Lord are always eager to render welfare service to the people in general. They are the real friends of the people in general, not the so-called public leaders who are unable to see what is going to happen 5 minutes ahead. In this age, the people in general, as well as their so-called leaders, are all unlucky fellows, faithless in spiritual knowledge and influenced by the age of Kali. They are always disturbed by the various diseases. For example, in the present age, there are so many TB patients and TB hospitals. But formerly this was not so, because the time was not so unfavorable. The unfortunate men of this age are always reluctant to give a reception to the transcendentalists, who are representatives of Srila Vyasadeva, and selfless workers always busy in planning something which may help everyone in all statuses and orders of life. The great philanthropists are those transcendentalists who represent the mission of Vyas, Narad, Madhva, Chaitanya, Rupa, Saraswati, etc. They are all one and the same. The personalities may be different, but the aim of the mission is one and the same, namely to deliver the fallen souls back home, back to Godhead. Om Gyantitimrandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Navaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyashta Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasani Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Translation again, the great sage who was fully equipped in knowledge could see everything material due to the influence of the age. He could also see that the faithless people in general would be reduced in duration of life and would be impatient due to a lack of goodness. Thus he contemplated for the welfare of men in all statuses and orders of life. Srila Vyasadeva was seeing into the future and was able to see the age of Kali, how it will progress. And as mentioned in the purport, these are the real friends, the ones who can see into the future. As it says here, as an astrologer can see the future fate of man, and astronomer can foretell solar and lunar eclipses. So the liberated souls can see the future of mankind due to their sharp vision of spiritual attainment. We know that Krishna is, he knows past, present, future. Vedam samatitani vatamani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani. He knows everything, past, present, future. So his devotees also, they get this ability. Sastra also tells us. So these are the real welfare workers who can prepare the human society for the future. Not, it says here, so-called philanthropists who cannot, and political leaders and philosophers who cannot even see 5 minutes ahead. It says. What did Vyasadeva see? What we understand is that time is deterioration. Everything in material world has 6 states. What are the 6 states? Birth.
Growth.
Yes, growth.
Reproduction.
Before that? Okay. Stay for some time.
Reproduction.
Reproduction, producing byproducts.
Dwindling.
Deterioration and dwindling or deterioration and disappearing or dying. In the material world, everything is temporary. Time has this effect. Time is actually, it's a form of Krishna, but it acts in this material world to remove, reduce and destroy and deteriorate everything. We see even in the Yuga, Satya Yuga, Treta, Dwapar, Kali, it was golden age, silver, bronze, now iron age, but they should rename it to plastic age. Everything is plastic. There is no iron. Where's iron? Everything became plastic. So, okay, these are the 4 ages. Everything deteriorates. This is Kali. Material body is deteriorating. And so, why are we so enthusiastic to be in this age? What is so great about this civilization, this culture, this age? People are so proud, you know. Civilization, it's great, motor car and all this. Prabhupada says motor car civilization. But look at everything. Look at the whole picture. For example, it says here that the age of this, in this age, there is reduction in memory. Food is less. Everything is less. Why? It gives a whole list of things is less. But it says here, particularly due to one thing. It says here, due to lack of goodness. Because no more of goodness. Why? How does that affect everything? In mode of goodness, people are regulated. This is one main thing. Because in a verse here in Bhagavatam, Pranalpa Ayusha Sabhya, that in Kali people have short lives. And Prabhupada said, why do we have short lives? Because of flood? No. Because of too much rain, heat wave? Yeah, people are dying. But actually it's because of unregulated life. No regulation. They should be, regulation comes from the word regular. Regular means that, say, it's regular. Wake up at the same time, sleep at the same time, eating same time, taking bath, studying Shastra, should be done regularly. in a regulated manner. It means the same time, same, but we are not. We are unregulated. Actually, in some ways, we cannot help it. This is the world that we are. Even we are trying to be regulated. Then the washing sink tap is not working. So stop everything. Now fix the sink. Then there is no water in the tank, and then you have to fix that. So this is the nature of this world. But as much as possible, there should be regulation. Otherwise, we are very disturbed. So to develop sattva gun, regulation. Another thing is production of vegetables and fruits is less. This also is due to lack of mode of goodness, because people are rajasic. A person is rajasic, he cannot stay in a farm and grow some crops and water. He'll get very disturbed. I want to have some fun. Let me go somewhere, see some cinema, see a restaurant. Where are my friends? Why am I sitting here alone? Let me call up my friends. I have to charge my phone. There is no plug point in this farm. I had to go to the city. So in tamogun, in rajogun, in this state only, that it made this that people leave all the natural sattvic life and come to the rajasic cities. Now, what is the effect of all this? Because of excess rajogun, tamogun, people are here having less food to eat. Their production is less of everything because of sinful people. And then there will be natural disasters. This is age of Kali. Vyasadeva saw this. He saw ahead and noted all of this with his transcendental vision. So now this would have been, they being sages, they could see the future. Not only they, but as we said once earlier, that in Krishna Lila, Muchukunda, who was educated in Shastra could see. Arjuna, you say, when Krishna departed, so many inauspicious omens came. So they could all see that. Why? Because they were trained in Shastra. They could understand what is Kali, what is Dwapar Yuga. They could understand. Now, if we go out here and ask what is Kali Yuga, no one knows what is Kali Yuga. This is the problem. They don't know even that we are in an age which is so disturbed. So they could see this due to their spiritual learning, spiritual attainment. At the present age, people are, it says here, so disturbed and having lack of food, lack of everything, that they don't have a peaceful mind. So in this state, it's very hard to explain anything to them. Especially that it says here, faithless. Ashradadhanan nisatvan. Ashradadhana means not having faith. So if someone, and one more is here, nisatvan, impatient due to want of mode of goodness. Let's look at this faithlessness. Faithless means people don't have faith in God, in Shastra and Guru. Where will we have our faith? Where are they having their faith? In a politician. We know who politicians are. At least we can check the upper and lower houses. 60% have cases, court cases on pending, going on. They are criminals. They are criminals. They have faith in politicians. They have faith in film stars. You let any film star stand for election, he'll win. In Japan it happened. In Japan, what was his name? I forgot. Even this current, not current one, before him, he was a film star. He came to power because he was a film star. Everyone trusted him because he was a film star. And in America also. In America there was our Ronald Reagan, you don't know, but one of the leaders, he was a film star. So people, faith is in film stars. Faith is in cricket stars. Let the cricket stars also, in a certain country north of ours, a cricket star became prime minister. So that is where the faith is. So now we don't have to be surprised why people are suffering. They are faithless for Shastra and sadhus. but they want to trust politician and cricket star for their future. Good luck. You have to be subservient to God, because it is God's plan, it's God's creation. He's in charge. If you are subservient to Him, then He's providing, you are acting as His instrument. Then the demigods will support you. There will be good rain, proper sun. Then you plant a seed in the ground, the plant will come and it will give the fruits. Everything will, because we are in harmony with the creation. But if we are not in harmony with creation, if we have our own plan, then we'll suffer, because demigods won't agree. Devatas won't agree. They will not support our plan, which is atheistic, because they are not atheistic. They are serving God. They are serving under Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the people, because of their faithlessness, now they built this atheistic civilization, which is, if you just study theoretically, it's doomed to failure. Atheistic education. If we don't have faith in Shastra, Shastra says itself that Nasa Yashastra Vidim Utsrajya, who gives up the guidance of Shastra, Vartate Kama Karataha, and acts according to his own desire, what I want. Nasa Siddhim Avapnoti, na Sukham, na Paramgatim. Three things they will not attain. Perfection. Perfection means they will not attain self-realization. Some people want to be self-realized. They're moving around, going to bogus sadhus, but because they gave up faith in Shastra, so they'll not attain that self-realization. They'll not know who they are. Nasa siddhim avapnoti, na sukham, no happiness, na param gatim, or the supreme destination. We can't be happy without Shastra, because Shastra knows who we are. Shastra knows that we are soul and the body is a cover, so it's giving us how to live and what to do. I don't want to follow Shastra. We'll make our own law in the Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha. Who makes the laws? That's what I don't know.
No.
Lok Sabha. MLAs, they'll make the laws, man-made laws. Then you will get strange laws, which are not meant for us, which I like to always quote, especially, that it's illegal to get married before age 21. But it's okay to have sex at age 18, according to law. It's okay. You can have sex 2 years legally without marriage. This is our man-made law. What will happen? Children are born out of wedlock. So, faithlessness, we'll get this result. And we'll get situations where people, because of these court systems, you get criminals, whole countries and states are agitated because someone did a crime, and then the law is going slowly, or we don't have evidence. But everyone knows he did it. He said he did it. He also then, sometime due to insanity, or that he did it in some different mental state, so they're not going to punish him. Or he's age 17, so we can't kill him, but he killed someone. So different laws are there. But these are man-made laws, but they are made out of Shastra. So in this kind of civilization, no happiness. Also, when we abandon Shastra, what to eat, people are eating things which are not recommended in killed. Even a scientist quoted this saying, as long as there are slaughterhouses, there will be wars where people will be killed wholesale. So happiness can't come from giving up, from being faithless. So, nasa siddhim avapnoti, na sukham na param gatim. Therefore, they will not attain the supreme destination. The supreme destination is given by God, how to attain it. We are not going to have faith in Shastra and Guru, Sadhu, then we will not attain that. We will remain in this material world. People want to get out. You see, they are suffering. So they're trying to get out in another way. They're building the spaceship. Maybe we'll get out of here and go. Maybe it's better on the moon. People are not there. There are no taxes, no thieves. But we must have. We'll be stuck here, cooped up, and we'll be made to have less grain, no food, no water, war, all kind of problems. Social life, family, everything will be disturbed. As one example given here, as Prabhupada says, For example, in the present age, there are so many TB patients and TB hospitals. Oh, that was a good age. Now it's not only TB. It's big list is there. Huh? One by every day, something new. Something called monkeypox came. And then smallpox. Of course, corona, there's so many. That was good. Prabhupada said that this is so bad, they have so many TB. TB is one, but now so many. This was not so before because the time was not so bad. The unfortunate men of this age are always reluctant to give reception to transcendentalists. So they don't have faith. But the best thing in a society is when there are people who are versed in Shastra and they are propagating it. It's a very good thing. What will happen? First of all, just these people are in that country, it will be auspicious. In Prabhupada's age, he said by now this world would have been hell, but because there are some devotees walking on this planet, it did not deteriorate so badly, Kali Yuga, because of devotees. And he mentioned, for example, we have some religions who said we have to convert everyone, convert people, conversion, wholesale. Prabhupada said only 1% of this population, if they're Krishna conscious, the whole world is purified. It's so powerful, Krishna consciousness. Of course, we also want to convert people, not in that way. We want to convert them to God consciousness. But it's not that the whole world, well, if they can be, it's good. But the point is, the potency is so great of Krishna consciousness, this Bhagavad Dharma, that few people are there, it will transform the whole planet. And so it's so auspicious to have devotees. That is one thing, if they're present. But another thing is, they'll propagate spiritual values. Then what happens? Simply by the books, there's an auspicious environment because the books have a vibration. Simply by speaking about Godhead again and again, punya shravana kirtane, people become punyashali, they become pious. They may not become devotees, but they'll become truthful, patient, honest. They'll give up smoking, give up meat, just by the pious influence. Shrinvatam Svata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtane. It is the Kirtan of Krishna, it's punya. It will just make everyone pious. But if we continue hearing with faith, we get liberated. That is higher. So, the good fortune of having sadhus in society. We also know in Ramayana that Dasharath, was it Maharaj, who he brought Rishya Shringa from another kingdom. Romapad was Dasharath's father. Friend. So King Romapad, he brought Rishya Shringa, who was a lifelong brahmachari and pious because of not having lusty desires. So due to that, he brought him in the kingdom because just by bringing him rain will come, he was told. Just if pious people are somewhere, all auspiciousness is there. But we don't just want auspiciousness, we want to attain God consciousness, of course. But I'm trying to explain how inauspicious things are becoming because of not having godly people in a society. Having godly, and what to speak of a godly person in a family, it's a great thing previously. Now it's cursed. One temple president told me that when he was arguing with his parents, that how good is this Krishna conscious movement? Why don't you want it? Don't you see I'm not having alcohol, drugs? No, even if you do that, it's okay, they said. And he got so disturbed, he said, I'm just leaving here. You're telling me that it's okay if I take alcohol and drugs, but I should leave this. Then, he could understand what kind of goodwill you have for me. Of course, not all parents are like that, but society is disturbed. People actually oppose it. So that is the age of Kali. It's known as an unfortunate age. And people don't want to give reception or audience to the people who are following Shastra. Vyasadeva could see through his transcendental vision the deterioration of all of this. one more thing he could see, it says here, that people will be impatient due to lack of goodness. Impatient. Why are we mentioning this? It looks like some small thing. He's patient, impatient guy. So what? Impatient, nisatvan, because of, here it says durmedhan. I'm trying to find the exact word here. It is ashadadana, failure. Oh yeah, here it is. Nisatvan. Now, nisatvan, it says impatient due to want of mode of goodness. If someone is impatient, he's very disturbed. It's very difficult to get spiritual knowledge. It's very difficult to hear, because this we have to hear philosophy, isn't it? Philosophy you have to understand. If we hear philosophy and understand it, intelligence becomes strong. That puts us in a very strong position to fight Maya. But if one is impatient, then they're not able to give audience, proper reception. Then they'll never understand what is what. What is this material world? What is my situation? What is the situation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? And if we don't understand that, we can't attain perfection. Even attaining good qualities, religiosity, they all come together. Patience, tolerance, religiosity. These are Brahminical. It's Brahminical qualities. Sometimes someone is explaining a point in a lecture, and we are thinking, I heard it. Again, I hear it. But if we see Shastra is something that is repeated again and again. Our songs, we are singing the same song every day, same bhajans in our morning program. But then if we notice, sometimes if we enter a little bit of Maya, we get annoyed. Oh, sing song, we are singing, I don't have to attend Guru Puja or Mangalarti. Again, yesterday I attended, we are singing the same thing. It's a sattvic quality. If somebody is patient and they can sit and give us reception, they're able to get this knowledge of Shastra, then their intelligence is strong. And when intelligence is strong, then the mind gets controlled. Senses are controlled. In age of Kali, people are not patient. Everything is short. We can't even make a video. People are, telling us, hey, why are you making you make 10-second video if you want. People will listen. They'll watch. No one will watch this 30-minute video. It's a fact. I know people are just telling us out of concern, And even if you attend some program, Rath Yatra or something, if it's too long, people will just get up, unless the speaker is strong and pushes people. Put off your phone, be patient, sit down. If speaker is not, then gradually people get up, get on their phone, walk around, Then it puts us very disturbed state. So in this age, people are very impatient. Then it's very hard for them. Due to ni-sattvan, due to lack of mode of goodness, people are impatient. To sit and read a book, you need patience, isn't it? And to read the whole book, if you give a thick book, no, I cannot read such a big book. Give me a small book. You don't have small book. We have coloring book. You want that? You'll finish very fast. They don't want to read. But then how will you understand? What sells now are these summary of Bhagavatam, summary of Gita. People want that. Saram. And purport, we don't want the purports. Just a small book. You don't have small Gita. Small, this size. Okay. Huh?
Basics of Brahman.
Basics of Gita. Okay, I don't want to insult anyone. That might have a purpose. But generally the attitude is we want the small book, we don't want to read the whole thing. But Srimad Bhagavatam is 18,000 verses. You have to read the whole thing. And we're not saying you read it now. Read it slowly, little, but impatient. People won't want to. Bhagavad Gita, that's not so long. It's, if you just put your mind to it, you can finish it in a few weeks. So due to this lack of patience, it's a block. That state of mind is not there to develop spiritual advancement. The state of mind is needed. That is sattva guna. actually how to develop sattva gun. In chapter 14 of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada says, first of all, the verses explain about all the different gunas. And that is specifically about material nature. And then Prabhupada explains, in this age, the only way to develop sattva gun is Krishna consciousness. But two things are there. One is by practicing Krishna consciousness, we can also develop sattva gun, but also to practice Krishna consciousness, you need to also change your life and become sattvic. Both are there. But it's a fact that anybody practicing Krishna consciousness gradually, over a long time, without interruption, they develop sattvic. They come to sattva gun. There is no other way. In this planet, how will you come to sattva gun? Another way to develop sattva gun is associate with sattvic people. But where are they now? They are very less. That's less. But if we associate with devotees, just like you associate with drunkards, you will get deteriorated. You will, what's the word? Degenerate, deteriorate, forgot. But you associate with people who are, sinful or having bad habits, you will get it. So we must find association of devotees. How? We can't sit at home and do Krishna consciousness. At least once a week, go somewhere. So that is needed. Simply by association. But here the association that we get, what is the point? Sattva gun. By associating people in sattva gun, you can get sattva gun, but they're not there. So just by practicing Krishna consciousness, we can raise our modes also. Ultimately, we can get liberation. And the best well-wisher are the sadhus and the people who will speak on Gita, who will teach Gita and live according to it. This is the best association. And here we can see Vyasadeva. Prabhupada calls him elsewhere professor, and Narad Muni also, he calls him professor. Because who is a prophet? Learned person, imparting knowledge. Who is greater? Vyasadeva, the knowledge he imparted. He could see the future, he wrote it, and by taking shelter of the Vedas and people who follow the mission of the Vedas, then we can get perfection. The greatest philanthropists are those transcendentalists who represent the mission of Vyas, Narad, Madhva, Chaitanya, Rupa, Saraswati. Basically, Gaudiya, Madhva, Brahma, Gaudiya, Madhva, Sampradaya. The greatest philanthropists. This Sampradaya that ISKCON is coming, which includes these personalities. One and the same. Personalities may differ, may be different, but the aim of the mission is one and the same, namely to deliver fallen souls back home, back to Godhead. So one should take shelter of people who can see this. We are seeing. People are seeing Kali Yuga is coming. We can prepare. How to prepare? Do this. Chant Hare Krishna. I'm not able to chant. Okay, do this. Live like this. Live like that. They must take shelter and ask such people. Because it's a very dangerous age. Age of Kali is said to be very dangerous. As mentioned in the beginning, in chapter 1 itself here, in the first few verses. The age of why is it so dangerous? It will remove all the good qualities. Because of the predominance of Rajagun, Tamogun, it will remove. Then next birth is animal birth. This is the danger. Death is not danger. Death is coming in anyway. The danger is that we degrade our consciousness. Once you're an animal birth, literally millions of years it will take to come back. All the species you have to cover to come back to the human form. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
Because of consciousness means jiva will degrade karma.
Degradation, supposing I have a certain character, certain life, what will make me worse? Association. lack of association and lack of guidance. Because supposing I develop bad habits, start associating with women out of marriage. So someone will tell, like, this is not right. But no one is there to say in Kali. The culture is not there, adharmic. That is one thing. Other thing is, that is from my own mind. But other thing is, I'm seeing everyone do it, and then I'll do it. This is the life. This is it. Normal life. That every young person is thinking, I must have a girlfriend, because everyone's having a girlfriend. But they don't understand. Prabhupada said, that young age when we are supposed to meditate on God, but if we think about opposite sex and associate, it ruins our body, physical, mental state. So, lack of guidance and bad influence because of people.
The consciousness is going down because of
that brings the consciousness down.
It means if we are making the sattvic guna means nicely, then our consciousness will get high and then we can attain proper perfection.
Yeah, you see, okay, consciousness, next door neighbor of consciousness is intelligence. We know that. So, intelligence should be trained to act and live, because intelligence is what is guiding our life, isn't it? Now let us eat. What will we eat? We'll eat this, we'll cook it like this, we'll live here, we'll do that. Intelligence should be trained through Bhagavad Gita to live in a sattvic mode. How to do everything, how to live, how to eat, who to associate with. It should be trained. That is in Bhagavad Gita. How to. Shastra Chakshu. It should be trained to always take guidance of Shastra and live like that. That will elevate our consciousness. We will be elevated. But if the intelligence is not trained like that, or doesn't know, doesn't want to, then the mind, which is infected with guna, then the guna impels. We impel by guna. We say prakriti kriyamanani. It means that the prakriti, guna is pushing us. You do this, now do that, now eat this. Now go to America, it's better to enjoy there. Now divorce that woman, get that woman, like that. So guna is pushing because intelligence doesn't know what to do. So yeah, consciousness can be elevated by proper spiritual intelligence. In the absence of that, it will suffer. Okay, yeah.
Consciousness is completely different from subtle bodies, right? Mind, intelligence, and false ego.
Subtle body is made up of mind, intelligence, false ego. That means false ego is your consciousness which is infected with guna, not the real one. Character, our identity. So consciousness is originally pure, but now what we are calling our consciousness is contaminated. Actual consciousness is covered. So your question is, it's different from subtle body.
Yeah.
It is part of the subtle body. But we're talking, the contaminated consciousness is part of subtle body. It's part of it. Mind, intelligence, and our consciousness, identity. Because it's in the soul, and soul is in the subtle body. Srimad Bhagavatam ki